One of the newest fads over the last year or two has been to do something that's now been termed Pop-Tart loading. And that is eating Pop-Tarts in your competition plan, eating them in the off-season, eating them all the time. So, what is this phenomenon of Pop-Tart loading? So, I read this blog or an article or something like that by a woman who went into big, in-depth detail about why she eats Pop-Tarts. And she had videos and scientific explanations about how the sugar increases insulin naturally, which increases muscle building, and all this stuff, all this bullshit about how well sugars work to build muscle, etc., etc. And let me go backwards now, back to 1991, 1990. A supplement hits the market that revolutionizes the fitness industry, bodybuilding, called creatine monohydrate. Now, creatine was the supplement that, if you hadn't tried it, you had to get on it. You had to, get stronger, get bigger, a natural means. It's like a natural steroid. And different companies tried to figure out how to make the creatine work better. So what they did was they added simple sugars to it and now made it the creatine HP, high performance. The idea was if you could increase your insulin after your workout, you could shuttle the creatine into the muscle faster and store more creatine, make it more anabolic, and become bigger and stronger faster. This was a great theory, and even some of the scientific evidence, did show the increase in insulin and all this different stuff, but it turned out to be bro science. It didn't work. People got fatter. And anybody who's taken that Cell Tech product knows that, yes, you got bigger, but you got fat. Not fatter, fat. Period. So, fast forward now, and people are doing this Pop-Tart loading, and they're eating the Pop-Tarts after their workouts. So I look at this woman in these pictures, and she left out one thing that changes the whole Pop-Tart loading thing, which actually can make the Pop-Tart loading work. She's on drugs. She uses some type of anabolic, whether it be clenbuterol, whether it be T3, whether it be estrogen blockers, regular anabolic steroids. She's using something. I could tell just by looking at her. And I'm going to get blasted for saying this, but part of the problem is people out there are putting out how they're doing this, that, and the other thing. They're leaving that part out about how they're using a certain drug that counteracts the effects. If you eat that sugar, you're going to get fatter. That's how it works. After the workout or not, that's how it works. But if you're taking certain drugs that keep you from getting fat, now you can eat the Pop-Tarts. No big deal. They're not going to show up. So, that being said, do you eat the Pop-Tarts or do you not? The choice is up to you, but I'll tell you right now, if you go to the Olympia stage, which is the best in the world at bodybuilding, figure, fitness, soon to be physique, and you ask them how many of them ate Pop-Tarts getting ready for a competition, they're not eating Pop-Tarts. They're the genetic elite of the world at what you're trying to do. And they're not doing it. Do you know why? Because the results speak for themselves. They can't get lean like they do, and they take tons of drugs too, using the Pop-Tarts. So yes, people are eating Pop-Tarts, and yes, they look better than the average person, but they're still not the top competitors around, and that says something. I think personally, my personal opinion is, people just want to be lazy. They want to eat what they want to eat. They want to eat Pop-Tarts because they taste better than a bowl of rice, or they taste better than a sweet potato. And they trick themselves into thinking that it's okay because some coach told them that it's okay. Literally, the study that I just read the study that was on that website, that blog, was from 1998. It's 2013. A lot has changed since then, and we learned that a lot of things that were supposed to work don't work, and a lot of things that weren't supposed to work do work. So, one of the top trainers of the actual pros, of people that win, that are the best in the world, is George Farah. And Farah actually trains his people by not giving them any carbohydrates after their workout. His theory is if you give them carbohydrates, their insulin increases, but the most powerful muscle-building, fat-burning hormone, fat-burning and muscle-building together, is human growth hormone. That is highest after your workout. Why would you want to blunt that? That's going to build muscle and burn fat. The Pop-Tarts, technically, if it did work, we're only going to build muscle and add fat because insulin is non-discriminatory. It doesn't go just to muscle cells. It goes to fat cells also. So if you increase that, there's a much better chance you're going to get fat. So now we have the train of thought of being the opposite. Don't eat the carbs after the workout. Use a branched chain amino acid and let the growth hormone be high, and take the carbohydrates about 25 to 30 minutes after you leave your growth hormone high like that. Now, I've been trying this and experimenting with this, and it does make a big difference. You do retain less fat in the off season by not having the carbs after the workout like that. Also, what they're leaving out is some of these people are using synthetic human growth hormone. And it's not just bodybuilders now. It's bikini competitors. It's physique. It's women's figure. It's all the different. It's the people that just go to the beach and to the gym are using human growth hormone because it's easy to get and it's a lot cheaper than it used to be years ago, and it keeps you leaner. But they don't tell you that. So the next time you try something that someone's telling you, or you hear something, and it just doesn't seem, it's like, I don't know, Pop-Tarts, that doesn't make any sense on the diet. There's something else under the surface that they're not telling you. And whether I get blasted or not, that's what I'm here for, to give you guys the truth.